do one down, one up.
True.
Hello, everybody. It's welcome back to White Coffee, Season 2, Episode 2. Today I'm joined by none other than Tyler Funk and special guest Robert Elzinga. He's been on the show before. Both of them have, actually. You may be thinking to yourself, actually, how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
I'm doing good.
Okay. You may be thinking to yourself, where's Jason, Harrison? Well, I'm sad to say that Jason's dead. He died, and he's gone forever. But we have a weekly schedule to keep up, so our grief must end for the next half hour while we talk about what's gone on for the last week. So, Jason died. Anyway. What's up?
So, are we going to explain his death?
Oh, well, sorry that I bumped the mic there. It was a crazy story. Who should start? Maybe we could tell it in parts.
He was on his way to work.
He was driving to work, and then what happened, Tyler?
Oh, he saw, there was like a deer in the road.
And he went, oh my goodness, a deer! So he stopped his car, because he's a very caring person, and he got out to help the animal, because it had been injured. And then what happened, Robert?
It was not injured.
It had not been injured. Tyler will extrapolate.
Yeah, what happened? It got up like a kangaroo, how a kangaroo boxes, and it just, and it broke his jaw, actually. And then what happened after his jaw broke?
So he went to the hospital, and I went to visit him, and I couldn't tell what he said, but I was pretty sure he said, "Kill me! Kill me!"
Pull the plug.
So,
Pull the plug.
Rob, what did you do?
Pull the plug.
He pulled the plug, and what do you know? He wasn't even on life support. Rob unplugged the gosh dang TV. And then what happened?
And then Jason threw up in his mouth and was choking to death. And then what'd you do?
I saved his life. But it didn't end there. I gave him CPR because I'm a registered lifeguard. Well, Robert's a little...
Rob's sad, I know.
about
Jason
I'll cut right to the chase. I took a pillow and killed him.
just suffocated him.
Well, I didn't kill him, really. It was euthanasia.
You ripped the feathers out of the pillow, actually, and shoved him, tickled him to
He
death,
wasn't
actually.
The funny thing about euthanasia, I used to always think it was like euthanasia, and I
Like
used to
the
just
small
like,
children.
like Chinese kids. I just thought it was like about Chinese kids. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Same with human traffic. I thought that was just like when
Sidewalk.
when you're like walking in school and the hallways are really crowded. I was like, oh, a lot of human traffic.
I'm in human traffic right now.
Yeah, I saw these girls on the news, and I was just like, what's the big deal here? How about they come to my school and interview me?
Why don't they come to my school and do human trafficking?
Whatever. Anyway, though, Jason is dead for real, and
Yeah.
he's well, you all know how death works. He's gone forever, and he's not coming back.
So, yeah, Harrison Brinker and Jason Seeger.
I have to buy all new mugs now. Actually, I handmade those, but I have to do it again.
Harrison Brinker and
Company.
the death of Jason Seeger.
Hopefully the camera is working well, and I know it's not centered, but you know what? We don't have a cameraman now that Jason's dead, and Robby has to do the camera. And Robby has to be in front of the camera. And these might be a little in the way, but you know what I say about that? What do you expect? What are we, professionals? No. So just deal with it. You may think this is a nice centerpiece. Of course, last week I completely forgot to put anything here. This is a nice candle. I'll let you fellas smell. It's called Smell My Nuts. We got
Smell
it
your nuts?
from Wendy. Last
Smells
name
like your nuts.
We're not allowed to say the last name because
Hold on.
his or she's credit card may be stolen if we put the whole name out there. But Wendy, that was from you, and everyone else who wants one, find yourself a Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. I could go for some Wendy's.
Wow, it's good, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
It's a
Spicy
shame-
chicken
It's a
nuggets.
shame there's a Hardee's across the street. Not
It's a
Wendy's.
shame that I
Don't let
have
them
never
know.
had Hardee's.
Ooh, I was there a couple weeks ago. It wasn't bad. And the girl, so I was there with a couple friends. Of course, you guys all know Jacob Cedarberg. He was the old producer. We were in line, and he went up first, and the girl behind the counter said, do you go to Penn State? And he didn't know what she said. So he's like, what? Then she said it again. Do you go to Penn State? And he still didn't hear me. What? And then she said, do you go to Penn State? And I cut in. I was like, no, he doesn't. And then she just ignored it and then kept going. And I was next in line, and she asked me, do you go to Penn State? I was like, why, yes, I do. And she's like, well, good for you. You get the Penn State discount. I felt really bad because I got like 10 cents off my meal, and Jacob didn't.
Whole
Paid
10
full
cents.
price.
A whole
Paid
dime.
full price like a sucker.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, Wendy's.
I'm
Spicy chicken
That
nuggets,
is good.
they do sound good.
We should email Wendy's and get them to sponsor us. Since our last, we've tried to email a couple companies and they haven't worked out.
Only Arizona, right?
Arizona emailed me back. I told them how much I loved iced tea, and they sent me some coupons. I used to always say coupons, and now since that dang TLC show, I say coupons.
I never knew how to say Q, like Q-U-E-U-E.
It's just.
I thought
it's just the letter Q.
I thought it was Quay.
I remember that we would play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Not Jason.
We can hear every sound. Well, he's dead, right?
Oh yeah.
We can hear every sound of everyone in this
apartment.
in this apartment complex. Everything they do, we can hear. Even you, neighbors. When you're doing stuff that you don't think anyone's hearing, we're listening.
Speaking of that,
when you're jumping around on top.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm awake, and these men are wearing heavy boots.
What are they doing? Construction work up there?
Well, I know they're.
No, those construction workers hit a gas line.
Oh, what do you know? We had a gas leak at the apartment the other day, and luckily no one here was playing with fire, or the whole place might have gone up in smoke.
Rob was here though.
I was here.
He
I left
pulled
for about
through.
20 minutes. They said we couldn't start up vehicles.
That's actually was how Jason died. We lied to you completely.
Yeah.
Started up his vehicle.
He
and
smelled
big
all the gas,
explosion.
and then he died.
Oh.
He said, "Ugh, gas."
Smells bad.
He just died.
And then he was just like, got the whole complex to myself, and then he died.
And then he died.
And his eyes were so yellow.
It was right on that couch, actually.
Yeah, we had to fumigate it. You guys can't see the couch, but it's there, and he's dead.
Yep, he's still there.
We actually haven't moved him.
Doesn't smell too bad.
Smells like strawberries. Probably those air fresheners.
Probably.
You said,
Yeah, we don't have
Our
air
genius
fresheners.
contraption.
Tyler has car air fresheners with strawberries on them, taped to the fan. Well, connected to the fan somehow or another.
Smells good.
What can you say? That's my next
I don't
question.
know. What can you? There's a lot of things you can say in this world.
Here's the thing you can never say. Just kidding. I was gonna say something bad, but I didn't.
Smart move, fella.
Here's something. Well, I didn't want to take over the whole conversation here. I want to let you guys talk a little bit because I feel like I've been.
Well, what do you say?
I don't know. Well, you know what? What can you say?
What can I say?
You're the only 10 eyes.
Hey, yeah, you could say that. You could
You
say.
go ahead and say something.
Should I tell him the math professor?
That's good enough. Anyway, on to the next story. Now go ahead. Math professor. I don't know what you're
We're
going
talking about equations the other day. There was a three-way equation, and he brought up. He goes, "That's not the three-way I know some of you were hoping for."
Rob, that's classic.
Us college kids wouldn't mind a good three-way.
Hey, what do you know?
On white coffee, 3 of us.
There's 3 of us, and sometimes a 3-way turn.
Never made one of those.
Well, like a 3-way at a traffic stop. You go 3 ways or back up. Speaking of professors, I'm about to put a bullet in my head. No offense to use.
Thought you were
No
gonna say
offense to
your
those of
professors.
you who have put a bullet in your own head and are offended by that. But all I'm going to say is I hate going to engineering every day. I have a few engineering classes, so no one will be able to guess which one I'm talking about. Not to mention, none of you know who I am. But I'm going twice a week for 3 hours a day. And we get to use SolidWorks, which is pretty much just a crappier version of CAD, those of you familiar with any of the software. However, today my professor was like, we use SolidWorks because it's so much better than CAD, believe me. And then he was like, I've never used SolidWorks before, but that's what they told me to use. So that was stupid. Second of all, he gives us these things to design in SolidWorks that take maybe a half an hour. It would probably, if you were an idiot and I gave you a computer, you'd get it quicker. You'd get it done quicker than this guy explained it on your own. Trust me. So we do this for like 30 minutes. Well, like an hour. I'm done in 30 minutes. Sorry, that's pathetic. And then for the next hour, he pirates PowerPoints off of online.
Off of
The line, and then he just reads them word for word, and they're like, they had to have been made by someone that doesn't speak English, because it's like, if it is time to talk, question mark, and then he's like, next step, if it is time to talk, and then he just and today he was like, talking is important in engineering. Stephen Hawking was a scientist, he couldn't talk, but he had the thing that could talk for him, and without that, we wouldn't know a lot of the things we know.
Without an engineer, Stephen Hawking wouldn't
those were
loop pop.
definitely the exact words he used, and then some. He went on for maybe 5 minutes about Stephen Hawking. Sorry, what did you say about Stephen Hawking? I'm sorry.
No, nothing
We're just
important.
engineer.
It was idiotic. Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. But
And Jason Seeger.
I will say, he's no
They have
Stephen
it
Hawking. I will say though, goodness gracious, if that's not the most boring class, because we just sit and talk. I'm usually on my phone. I got some math homework done while he was doing a lecture. I sent a couple emails to my old teachers. It was pretty nice.
And what did those emails say?
Well, it's pretty much me just complaining about my engineering classes to my high school engineering teacher, Mr. John Urey. If those of you that are watching are on the football team and you hate me, guess what? Ask Mr. Urey for his recommendation, and he'll give you a good one about me. Folks. He's the football coach, by the way.
One of them.
One of them. Not the.
And if anybody knows Mr. Tate, recommendation for me.
That's a
Loves
good story. Why don't you go off on that, and then I'll give them my 2 cents.
Well, I was a freshman.
Talk closer to the mic. Talk closer to the mic.
I was a freshman.
Here, the mic part's here. You're talking to the top. The mic part's the metal.
Bring it up.
Oh, right.
Dude.
Dude, you're careful.
We thought you were a little shorter.
Thanks.
I overindulged.
So Mr. Dude, they can hear me. Mr. Tate, nice guy. I was a freshman.
Great guy.
Freshman in high school. And,
Big Penn State fan.
Big Penn State fan. Never went to Penn State. I asked him what campus he was on. He's like, I went to Millersville.
He did have a lot of Penn State, now that I remember. I wasn't there a lot in class to notice his Penn State apparel and attire.
I have a good Mr. Tate story.
But, I don't know. I was a lazy freshman, and I had a recliner in my living room, and I'd wake up in the morning, and I'd eat some breakfast, and then I'd brush my teeth, and I'd lay back on the recliner, and then I would wake up an hour and a half later, or something like that, and then I got to Mr. Tate's class late, and I did that about 4 times, and one of the times was the last day of the first marking period, and I had a ton of projects due, and
Well, they were all done, but like you needed to turn in the last project was like a binder with
they were all
every
in
paper
class
he ever turned
stuff,
in. Yeah.
and I didn't have it because I wasn't in there.
You just had to organize it.
So I wasn't in the class, and if I would have went to school on that day, I would have gotten detention or whatever, because I don't think they had the phone policy back then where they could just take your phone or you get detention. So I cried to my mother, and I said, Mom, I fell asleep again. Could you maybe call school and tell them I'm not going to be there? And then I learned that was a mistake. I should have taken detention, because there's now what would have been an F on my high school report card, which is now a D, because my mom decided she was going to call Mr. Tate and be like, hey, Mr. Tate? You gave my son an F because he wasn't there.
And he was like, yeah, he didn't turn in the project.
Yeah.
But apparently you could just turn F's to D's now.
Yeah. He said, hey, he had the project done, just not organized. So.
Classic. I have a funny Mr. Tate story. It was this past year. We had a graphics class. He taught graphics. Intro to graphics, you got like 20 kids in the class. When you get all the way up to graphics 2, there's 3 people in the class that really like graphics. I was one of them. So it's pretty much just everyone being able to talk to Mr. Tate, talk to the teacher however they wanted. The one conversation came up. He was like, him and I were pretty close. Everyone else was like a real nerd, so he wouldn't like be rude with them. But to me, he was like, hey, Harrison, do you think it's wrong or homophobic of me that I don't like to watch gay men kiss on TV? Which is funny. And I was like, no, that's not homophobic. It doesn't mean you hate gay people. Like, if you're acknowledging that it's wrong, I wouldn't say that you're a homophobe. And he's like, well, when I first started watching TV and they had like gay men kissing, like, it was a little uncomfortable. But
what
now,
channel was he watching?
I don't know. Must have been a high one. He's like, now that they have like gay men kissing on TV and on movies, like the more I see it, I'm more comfortable with it. Like, I don't look away from the screen. And I did a second of thinking, and I was like, well, hey, Mr. Tate, that's the same way I was when I started watching gay porn.
You should have called him gay. Like, I think you're turning gay now.
You know what, Mr. Tate, I think you're gay. Anyway, that was just a funny thing, and he was like appalled that I said that. Gay porn, and it was just, it was funny. It was just, that's how people talk. That's banter.
That's a city in Africa.
It was a funny. Qatar?
No.
K-porn.
K-porn.
K-porn. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
In 7th grade, our history teacher, when Ebola was a big thing, he always talked about E. coli. And I thought he was trying to say Ebola. And I was like, this dumb idiot doesn't know what Ebola is. He keeps calling it E. coli. Turns out E. coli is a thing. That's my tangent. You go ahead, Rob.
You remember when we were talking... We were going over Africa in the in that class, and
Ooh, I know where this story's going. This made me mad.
hold on.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. Kind of. I mean, it was 6 years ago.
I know what happened.
He asked like, what did we notice in the video? And someone's like, Africans, and he goes, African Americans, nice. Like,
He's
talking about Africa.
This is what happened. It wasn't that far off, but it was a little off. We were watching a video, and he said, "What did you see in the video?" And Jacob Eisenar, another guest on the show, said, "I saw a lot of black people." And then Mr. what was his Kessler was like, "Actually, African American." And then we were like, "What?" So it wasn't that far off, but whatever.
6 years ago.
6 years ago, I'll give him a break.
I don't miss school before college. I don't miss it.
Me neither.
I don't. I'm glad.
I miss mini Cinnies, the good breakfast food.
I miss...
And breakfast pizza.
I miss dirt
breakfast
cups.
pizza. Dirt cups. One time, I went up to the cafeteria, the line. You know what it's
And
called?
s'mores.
Oh, s'mores were good. I went up to the line. They were serving dirt cups, which is just pudding with Oreos and gummy worms in them. And it was this new worker in the cafeteria, and I was like, I have a quick question. He was like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, this isn't real dirt, is it? And he was like, are you serious? I was like, that'd be crazy.
How old are you?
This was last year.
He's doing it as a joke?
Yeah, and he's like, I was like, that'd be crazy. He's like, no, it's not real dirt, it's Oreos. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a load off my mind. Oh man, it was funny.
That is funny.
Give me this back. That's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Man, school. What do you know?
Schooling this year's...
Scoliosis.
I'm okay with it. Scoliosis.
You don't look close.
I'm ready to be done with school.
This
Tired of
school?
it. Yeah, I'm just tired of school in general.
The real way you learn is internships. Don't try to. You know what I mean? I started
I've
joining
never
as a
done an
meat.
internship.
I haven't done an internship either. But listen to this. I didn't go to school to be a meat guy. But after a year of doing nothing but selling meat, I was a meat expert. So I feel like in the matter of 4 years, yeah, I'll learn a lot of. What?
Why are you doing engineering?
I don't know.
Could be a meat salesman.
Yeah.
Well, after 4 years, like I'll know technically a lot about engineering, but when I finally get to the workforce, that's when I'm actually going to learn stuff. You know what I mean? But you can't just start off. They don't let you in unless you go to college. Man, that's what I'm saying. If
A lot of places.
like you just have to have a degree. I'm sure there's places out there that don't.
They'll
but-
hire, like, a lot of places will hire before you get a degree,
Yeah.
but you can only get up to a certain point until you get a degree.
So you
that's why-
can't, like, actually
You can't be
work.
like the manager.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of companies will pay for you to go get your degree once you get up to that certain point.
Interesting.
There's a lot of formalities here. Of course, I'm talking generically, very, 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 very abnormally, maybe some would say. Maybe no one would say that because I don't know what that means.
Only
But
you.
what can you do?
I'm winging it at this point. I'm going with the flow. Saying, whatever hits me, hits me. I'm going through college now. I don't know what I'm doing.
F it.
F it. F it.
What's next, Rob?
I love V8.
Where's the old yearbook?
Sorry.
Where's these shout-outs?
Oh,
It's
1
season
minute
2.
here. 1 minute here. Let's do yearbook shoutouts. You know what that means? Yearbook shoutouts! Speaking of the yearbook, I hate everyone on the Northeastern yearbook staff. Point to a picture. Close your eyes, please.
Wait, what are we doing?
Flip it again.
Oh, just a shout out?
Ooh.
Yeah, flip it to this. Point. Close your eyes. Is it him?
Yeah.
No.
Who the hell's that?
I don't know. Congratulations, Miller Baloo. You are this week's shout out. You are congratulations. Here, I'll go.
Yeah, Larry Hughes.
Larry Hughes, you know
Shout out
who.
to you buddy boy.
You, Tom.
Me?
Is my sister on this page?
She best be. No, point ahead.
All
Point
right,
ahead.
good. She's on the last page. I didn't wanna.
Here, flip that.
This is freshman.
Oh.
You got a point. You got a point. Happy birthday to Elijah Karst. Yay. All right. Tyler will do the honors for the last one. Hip, hip, hooray. It's Seth Mother Seidel. Seth Seidel. You are this week's shout out. Seth, I want you to know I knew you unfollowed my Instagram account, and I would just like to know, are we still friends? That wraps it up for this week's shout outs.
Tyler, you're going to the Pitt game this weekend.
I am. I'm
Penn State game.
Going alone.
Of course, when you guys see this,
It'll be fun.
the Penn State game hasn't happened yet.
Tomorrow it'll happen, actually.
It'll happen tomorrow, and Tyler will be on the way there.
I'm going to be, I don't know if I'm doing tailgate yet, but hey, I'm going to wake up real bright and early. I don't even think I've driven over an hour anywhere, honestly. So I'm going to be taking my POS car up to University Park for, I don't know, it's probably going to be a 3-hour drive, and then I'll get to the tailgate at about,
Like 2.
yeah, it'll be, with
traffic.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'll get there at like 10. Game starts at 12. So I don't know how, I've never even been to a tailgate. I don't know what tailgates are like. I don't know how long they are.
Green Man.
But I'm gonna be there at a tailgate.
So if you're going to be there, go see Tyler Funk.
Hey.
He's famous. Wow. What else was I going to say? Real quick. Let me think real quick. What was I going to say? Last night I fell asleep at 11:30. I felt like an old woman, but it was the greatest sleep I had in my life. Actually, it was terrible. I woke up like 4 times. But the rest itself, the slumber I had, the quality of sleep, rather, was incredible. I haven't been tired all day. Gulp.
Morning showers really help.
Yes. You know what else helps?
Blowing your nose in the shower?
Morning wood. But we don't have to
Behind
talk
the
about that on this one. How about white coffee after dark? Dark roast.
Dude, we
white
should
coffee,
do that.
dark roast. Families only.
All right,
Anyway.
let's do it right now.
So, is there anything else you guys would like to say?
I love V8.
Found out an interesting story the other day.
Well, that's it. And you'll have to hear when we come back. Now, go ahead. Go ahead, Rob. We've got all the time in the world.
I went down to visit my girlfriend in college over the weekend. On my
Go ahead.
Imagine having a
Speaking
girlfriend.
Speaking
On
of
my,
imagine going to college.
on
Go
my
ahead.
trip back,
Go ahead.
I found out that my girlfriend's roommate family knows my family very well from growing up in New Jersey.
And now he's having second thoughts about, is this my girlfriend or is this my second cousin?
Could be a long lost sister.
What
Who
do you
knows?
know? We're a family.
My father
It's not
could be
my
Emily's
girlfriend's family. It's her roommate's family.
Oh, well.
Well-
That's what, I mean, even second cousin, whatever. I mean, whatever. You can say, come on. You get cousin, second
You
cousin.
might have taken a bath with Emily's roommate.
Never.
Maybe in the sink? Maybe you don't
No,
have
it's like
any
it's
family
no.
photos?
It's like my dad's. It's my dad's uncle. Like, so it's my great uncle, and my second cousin is good friends with their family. Supposedly.
Not following. But
So you're dating your cousin?
No.
We'll
Well,
continue that story
thank
sometime next
you.
week. All I'd like to say is I hope you had a great episode of White Coffee. I know we did. Tyler's drinking the last sip of his right now. Robby here doesn't have anything in this cup. He's just pretending to drink it, maybe playing with it a little bit. And next week we're going to have another podcast. Jason, who knows if he's going to be resurrected. It happened to Jesus. Why couldn't it happen to Jason? It sounds similar, doesn't it? And after that week, of course, we're going to start with sketches. We have a few in the works right now. And if you're excited to see sketches, then you'll be excited to watch ours. So that was it. I hope you guys had a great time. Of course, it's been a pleasure hosting you. You guys did a great job replacing our dead friend. And I hope no one even noticed that he's gone. But not in a mean way. But just in a way of, like, I hope there wasn't a void. Man, what did I say? Well, what? You know
Thank
he's dead.
you.
You know what they say? Speak ill of the dead. We'll see you on next episode.